The Darkholme Chronicles is an actual play, noir superhero podcast for mature audiences, based on the City of Mist role-playing game by Amit Moshe. Content warnings can be found in the episode description and include profanity, violence, and sexual references. An 18-plus audience is recommended. You guys meet at the Waterloo.
At the community center?
The
Waterloo?
That's a little bar that you guys go to.
Couldn't escape if you wanted to, huh?
Wow. Anyway.
You're singing it.
By the award-winning music group Jabba. They all dress like Jabba the Hutt. It was not from Star Wars, interestingly enough. No. Yeah, you guys meet at the Waterloo. You guys meet every third Friday.
Is this after meeting?
Who's meeting? All of us?
Just you four. When did you find out you had the same missing time?
As everyone else?
As these
would
three?
it not just not have been in process in
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I think it just sort of came out over the course of time in group, and we're all sharing our stories.
So all of us are going to Memory Anonymous, like whatever.
Sounds like.
And then so the
But then you all found out that you have the same time, and then you guys started meeting separately. Probably for the first couple of years, like dig into it, like, oh, we're not like everyone else. We had a thing, same day and everything, and nothing.
So this little interlude with, oh yeah, you need to go meet her, that was a while back.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay.
How long have you been part of this group?
Well, what is the time? What is the distance between the event and now?
8 years. 8 to 9 years.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. It probably would have been established a year or so. Pretty early on, so maybe 6 years.
Okay. Nice. All right.
Coming on anniversary.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Just like every month, bartender. Oh, Bart. What's a bartender's name?
Emil.
Checks out.
Anyway, Emil, bartender, gives you a pitcher of beer. Boop. Bunch of glasses. Let you share. It's 7 o'clock. Naps after dinner. It's 9 o'clock. Who shows up first?
Like Stevie. I feel like Stevie's on time.
You an on-time person?
Whoa.
Yeah, and I don't drink that trash that he's brought to the table. I get a really nice bottle of wine.
You're from the theater, so being on time is late. You show up 5-10 minutes early.
15.
All right.
I like to sit and just kind of settle in before I.
You got to bring your own shit, or does the Waterloo have good stuff here?
Honestly, I brought my own.
All right. Yeah, he doesn't
The
mind.
beer as far as the young people anyway.
What do you bring? Or do you just drink some of hers?
Oh, yes.
Nice.
That's why we're friends.
I see. Nice. What is it that you bring?
Actually, exquisite taste in wine.
A red?
Yeah.
Sweet. You two are red wine drinkers.
Well,
Malbec.
oh, I'm out of bed.
Is it still okay? Yeah.
It's fine.
It's my turn.
Sucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yours was fine last time.
Right. You two are already into the wine. Who comes? Who's third? Does anyone come on time? These two are a little early.
Definitely late.
I'm only like a couple minutes, like 9:03, 9:05.
And you don't think it's late? Oh, you know you're late. You're
Yeah.
like, oh shit, I'm always late.
Mm-hmm.
Great. You come hustling in. It's raining again, so you're wet. What are you wearing?
Jake from State Farm.
Khakis.
Nice.
wearing standard collared shirt, have my tie balled up, and my jacket, same black leather jacket, and went some corduroys today. They're really soggy. I got splashed, and I'm sad that
You look fright.
little wet.
And leather in the rain. You're starting to smell like a wet dog.
You take care of your leather? Or is it got like salt stains on the shoulder?
I actually have like 2 or 3 of these coats. They're all pretty much the same.
Sort of beaten up and
Mm-hmm.
not oiled ever. But not like treated like shit, just not.
I get a new one every once in a while that I have if I need a new client.
Nice.
This is one of the older ones.
I have taken the liberty of getting you a pitcher. Well, not just for you, but have some beer.
Thank you.
What's this, an IPA?
No, lager. Something really light.
Damn right.
And how are the children today?
Can't save them all, but I gotta try.
Did Bethany find a home?
She is being a recalcitrant.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
How long you been working with Bethany?
She's been on my client log trying to find a home for over a year, and we're really close. We're really close to placing her in a home permanently. She doesn't speak very much, and she bites people. She's 11.
The state of the city and its children is perilous, no? Wish there was some way I could help, but I don't know anyone. So,
Are you interested in adopting an 11-year-old?
That is a very bad idea. I cannot even feed myself.
Maybe she loves egg salad.
Who doesn't?
No, I fucking love egg salad, mate. Oi, Stevie, someone upset you today. Like he flips the collar on his motorcycle jacket, just like flips water everywhere.
Okay, the gang is here.
Maybe.
Have some beer.
You ain't
I
not
got
messing
three.
around anymore. You see that?
I don't drink red wine. I
The
guess
young people don't want this. This is not for you. It's terrible.
It was probably about a year ago that you guys shared your wine and they just like gulped it down.
Mm-hmm.
Barely tasted
Anyway,
it.
I'm buying, so drink. Don't complain.
Thanks, Emil.
Anytime.
What are you saying, Emil? He's not buying it.
Thank you,
And you
Professor.
carried it over.
Yeah, well,
So Stevie pissed you off. We're just not your rain. Shaylee again.
No, they deigned to give me a parking ticket.
I got fucking it.
boy, if you didn't have bad luck, you would have no luck.
But yeah, you're telling me. I swear, I just went in like to get my cream, my facial cream, because I forgot it after the facial. And then I came back out and there was the damn ticket. And then the attendant was there. I'm like, oh, fine, here, I'll pay. I'll give you 100. And then she like saw that it's just like bribery, and I felt it, and I tried, and then I felt, and then
The humidity in the bar starting to go up.
and then the clouds came rolling in, and
Oh, Stevie, my head's freaking out. Right?
Oh.
Cool it. He tries to smooth it back down.
Stevie.
and I grabbed the glass of
Oh,
wine, and I tasted it on my palate.
Diego is wet enough as it is.
I know I've told you this before. I know somebody in city services. When you get a parking ticket, come talk to me.
Yes, I will work to remember that.
I mean, you should really just get a cab, like me.
A cab.
I don't want to deal with driving in this fucking crazy town. You kidding?
You've been in a cab with me,
Yes.
and the driver cannot keep his eyes off of me. It's reckless to be in a cab. If anything, I'll get a driver.
You ain't gonna fucking talk to people, man. Just drive. It's just quiet.
Oof. I would not. These people in this town don't know how to drive. It's crazy.
When do you show them a picture?
Oh, well, I almost forget.
Mm.
And so
So like the night goes
Yeah.
on, you're just talking. At
and
this
like,
point, you don't even have like anything. Everyone's like, nope, but you're just kind of shooting the shit,
Yeah.
getting caught up.
Yeah, bullshit.
Hour later.
Oh my goodness, I almost forgot. Seriously, would kill me. Look, and he reaches into his coat. He dresses very well, by the way. That is one thing he spends money on.
When you say very well, do you mean high-end stuff in value, or like you dress like in a
Thoughtfully.
suit?
Yeah, in a suit. And it's not threadbare. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
he keeps up appearances.
Like elbow patches, but style.
Yeah.
Not for
Yeah,
But
no,
not out of
not
place.
Armani.
Like you're not wearing a tux,
No.
but you're one of, if not the best dressed person where
Yeah.
you go
Yeah, of course.
by just a step.
Oh yeah, this is
Gotcha.
how it must be. She found this photo in
Yellow.
in a book, and she brought it to my attention.
Don't you smiling, mate?
That's exactly what she said. I guess I was happy.
You can't make that face even right now. Those muscles still work. Close.
Oh wait, I don't have it.
We're going for happy, not constipated.
Wait, let me see this photo. I do not recognize this photo. Where did you find this? Where did she find it? You said.
It's in a book. In some book.
And we're holding hands.
Why are we holding hands? That's fucking weird.
That's why I bring it to you.
Okay, so I don't recognize this sweater. I would have never worn polyester. So
It's a straight up polyester sweater.
there's like there's a graphic on it that just looks what this. I've never owned this sweater
Turtleneck.
before. And my hair. What was this? Could this have? Okay, look at it. See if anybody recognizes the context of this photo.
You know
Could this be part of our time?
You look the same.
That's what she said. Because look, I'm probably maybe 10 years younger.
What is it doing? Are there other things in the background of the photo that can give us context?
Give me an investigate roll.
Oh!
Very strong.
Yay!
See if you got any tags you can use.
I know.
Damn right. See if there's any tags that'll help you in investigating this photography.
Oh, I've got city knowledge. So if it was in the city, then I would know, like the background and directions of where I was at.
I'll take that.
Okay, and I think that's it.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
I'm not gonna make noise. After all those. 12. Fuck yeah! I see
Wow.
that photos.
Dang, nice. Ask a question, any question, but let me give you a little bit of information first. So again, photo, you two holding hands, two other people next to you on either side that you don't
Is it-
recognize.
so
No,
it's
it's
not
not
these
these
two?
two.
Okay.
There is a car sort of in the foreground that you can see, a couple motorcycles, background, what looks like bikers. You can't tell where the place itself is, but it definitely looks like it's in the city.
You said a few people in the background.
Mhm. All right. So you have one clue. Ask a question. You may talk amongst your friends if you want to. And this is a note for everyone. You have a clue. That question is a meta question. And as long as the answer could be found based on whatever it is you're looking for, I'll give you a straight answer. Can't, I will at the very least give you like a step to get to it, right? This is not a hidden, weird, tricksy sort of thing. If you see a dead person, you could be like, I got a clue. Who killed that fucker? And I will either tell you, like, oh, as you're looking around, you see so-and-so, whatever, right? But if you can't know it based on the thing, I will at least give you the step that gets you in that direction. So this does not have to be subtle. Like you can ask whatever question you want based on what you got here. So talk amongst yourselves if you need to.
Well, and the place is certainly something to try to find out about. I mean, the people, though, I mean, that seems also a line to pursue since we don't recognize them.
Because I wonder if the people are actually interacting with. Well, there's the two people that we're standing with.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. If it's the place, like if it's the neighborhood that we could return to and see if there's any like, I would think that the two people though, and maybe if they had been to any of our anonymous meetings, maybe.
Yeah.
Any other ideas? Do you go to you don't go to the anonymous meetings?
Yeah.
Do you? Oh, you do? Okay. Should we go with the anonymous meetings? See the two people? So do I recognize two people from the anonymous meetings?
I'll give you a mild correction. You don't have to go that far. You can ask me who one of those people is.
Oh, who's one of those people?
I can't tell you that. I'm just kidding. Just but yes, that's sort of the spirit of this thing, right? So as you're actually doing this investigate and are sitting with your cronies, getting through stuff, this isn't like a 1 second move. You'll probably spend the next little bit like going through your stuff, each of you checking your emails, making phone calls and whatnot to see if you can identify one of these people. There is a younger person and someone who is, so I would say one of them looks to be early 20s. One of them looks to be probably mid 30s. Both men.
You said mid 30s?
Mm-hmm. Which one do you want to know about?
The early 20s.
All right. You do a lot of work. You even call in some favors, send a picture of it, probably take a picture with your phone. You two old people know how to use a phone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Your misconceptions about age are just awesome.
I don't know what 65-year-olds are
I
like.
know, but that's like 10 years from now.
Okay, first off, 10 years from now, I'm not going to know how to use electronic. Like whatever electronics come out in
Yeah, you're done.
8 years from now, I'm going to be like, how do you do this? How do you open these goddamn new electronic cans?
I'll get ready for it.
Perfect. Great.
It's gonna be an easy entry for me.
How will you regress?
Life will be no different.
No different at all. I'm like, how do I use this?
Oh, I don't know.
Bart, this is a 30-year-old thing. You should have been using this already. It takes you well into midnight. All of you just here at the bar, reaching out to everyone that you know. Either being shady about it if you don't want people to know what's up. Outright. Thursday is probably one of the people that helps get some of it. In the end, there is nothing on the younger, like literally nothing. Nothing at all. But the second person, it takes a little bit of time, and you get a lead.
Didn't I ask for the 20-year-old?
You did, but there's nothing.
Okay.
The 20-year-old, 20-something-year-old, 30-something-year-old, however, you think you may have a lead. As you're looking up photos, trying to find things online, sending folks. Gaul probably is some help in this.
I have somebody missing persons.
Nice. Little missing persons action. In the end, you think this person's name is Luther Renner.
Renner.
Yep.
What is it?
It's Luther Renner.
Wow, that's it so far. What else you want to do?
Anybody?
Not ringing a bell.
No. I don't know.
See them up on MySpace.
Is MySpace still big in this
It's
world?
still a thing.
Yeah. There's no Facebook. MySpace is still a thing.
All right.
You go to Luther's page and it's playing.
Friendster.
Wow.
Oh boy.
I haven't done that in a long time.
Friendster was a thing.
Yeah. So are we able to like look up his name, like using social media and things like that to try to find like where he is, location, things like that? Or did we already do that and we found his name through that?
You did this. So if someone else would like to attempt to look up something else, so you've used in this role all the information, like you used all your tools
Yes.
to figure out, and you're very proud, like
Right.
using all the folks, you're like, oh my God, this is Luther Renner.
Right.
But you don't see anything else about him. It's going to take,
Yeah.
like you go online, like, oh,
I mean, I
Luther
checked
Renner,
all
who's
my
that?
notes. I've checked all my notes from my research and newspaper articles and all of that. And he's referenced in one of the articles that I found. But that's all I have. There's no background. There's no where he lives. And here we are holding hands. Like, anybody? Anybody else?
So I have a power tag that's eye for detail.
Hmm.
Would investigate then.
Yes, that'd be great. Anything else that would add to that?
I don't remember what the ability
This would be mundane, right?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
to help people.
This changed the game. If there's something that you can do before this roll to make things easier, finding something out, you can change the game to give a clue, some assist, something like that.
No, nothing else for me.
All right, roll investigate. +1.
It's not chat
Oh,
like before.
yeah.
You know how we used Roll20 in every game that we've played for the last maybe 10 years?
Come on. Oh, I didn't make any noise.
Yeah, like 5 times.
Why didn't anybody say anything?
I
And
mean,
you wonder where my opinion of old people comes from.
oh yeah.
It's really slow. Really slow. All right, so yeah, which was the first one? There it is. So it's 5.
Ooh. Nice. 5 is great.
No, it's not.
It's great for me, I mean. All right. One of the things that you know, is this in your attempt to find Luther, or are you looking for more clues in the photograph with your eye for details?
No, more things in the photograph. I have details.
Okay. I'll give it to you. There's some cost involved naturally, but one of the things that you were able to see in one of the vehicles, you had a partial plate.
Oh.
It's a late model Mustang in Darkholm. License plates on the front and back, or just the back?
Back.
Sweet. Back of a anywhere from 15 to 10-year-old Mustang. Blue, partial plate. It's mostly blurry, but you look at blurry shit all the time. It's part of your work. You're always having to investigate other people's photos and shit, and so you were able to make out a bit of a license plate for this vehicle. You could potentially get this traced. I don't know if you know anyone that could trace a license plate.
No, probably. Maybe. This guy probably does, though. Know someone down at the whatever DMV, or is it?
Does your work take you some of the DMV?
No, but I got friends in the police precinct that were going to play for me.
Sweet.
He has many friends.
Also, you have a friend of the police precinct.
Yeah, who are your friends? We've got the very same friends with you.
They're all flat beat.
And talking blues. That's what cops are called.
Well, let's ask your friend first, and we'll ask my friend after the fact. He's a little, ruffled some feathers lately, so don't want to cause too much grief for him.
Yeah, I would imagine someone as high up as on the food chain as he does actually runs any plates. He's got people to do it for him.
And those are the people you know.
Yeah, the people who work.
Hey. Right.
I'm kidding.
He, playfully punches him in the arm.
Well, run it by them.
They're probably not at work right now.
I mean, whenever.
Yeah.
There's no hurry.
You know who I bet is, though? I bet he's at work. I bet we could... I'm going to send a text to Gall. Just be like, you working? ?
You buying? ?
Always.
Where?
The Waterloo. That's right. Waterloo.
30.
I thought he's always working. It's like he's got no life.
Does he have his research tools that he can just bring here?
He'll call it in.
All right.
It's a useful person to know.
Yeah.
I mean, always nice to know the local constabulary.
Look what now?
Did you really say that when you were back in France?
Constabulary.
Yes.
Gendarme. Something. Whatever.
Okay.
Is that
Or
what
just
what do you
police.
say? Oh, it is
Yeah, I mean,
the police.
you wonder why people think you're strange.
Yes. No, I don't.
No. All right.
Not really.
I mean, some may find it endearing. I mean,
Do you ever feel it's sort of like our mom and dad?
More like an older divorced couple.
Or divorced mom and dad. So we've got issues.
We would definitely be divorced. That's very true.
Yeah, married to his work. Also married at work.
But
And make
then,
time for each other.
marriage, not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
The chatting goes on until thin, handsome guy sort of glides in to the Waterloo. You both know for sure. You, obviously, your friend Gall Moonley, one of the greatest names ever.
This whole session we've had.
Mm-hmm. Kind of rolls up and sits next to you. This the stuff you're drinking?
Yeah, it's free. Though, at least you got some wine. I don't know if you've got any taste for that.
What is your poison officer?
Bourbon?
Coming up.
Neat.
It is neat. Yes. Oh,
no, I'm sorry. No ice.
That's with ice.
Stevie
No,
stands
no,
up and is
without.
like, and
I
says,
can never remember.
Lagavulin.
Well, that's scotch, but sure.
Brown liquor.
Well, I mean, in this world, Lagavulin has a really good bourbon. It's like,
It's weird, right?
yeah.
All the
Nailed
bourbons
it.
are named after scotch.
Just a little shift.
Yeah.
Shift.
Oh, yeah.
Bagalubin?
Baba Yaga.
A little Baba Yaga.
Baba, yeah.
Exactly.
Uh,
Yeah, that's good.
And like however many years is impressive, like 49, I don't know.
Jesus
Like,
Christ. We'll go with a nice 18.
okay,
That's
good old 18. Yeah.
Nice.
So I get up and head over to the bar and ask for whatever I just said, the Bagaludin 18-year.
perfect. Little Bagaluvin.
Yeah. And I come back with 5 of
Ooh,
them.
could that be part of a convince roll?
A Bagaluvin? Yeah, I'm totally can. So, the memory crew. Neat.
Check this picture. Look at me smiling.
Why are you holding hands?
I don't know, mate. You weren't there.
I wish I knew.
Maybe in a past life you two were a thing?
Look at that swear.
So
think it's
graphic. Look, we're not like investigating our relationships. The car.
Yes, that's the least interesting thing about this photo. Is the hand holding.
It's really her hair. Check it out.
Yeah, it's a nice car.
You see there's a partial on the plate.
Well, I mean, you can barely make that out.
Oh no,
Is this
XJ155.
You can see that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Sort of pulls out a pen and, yeah,
Oh,
sort
yes.
of traces on. Yeah.
Would you be willing to help solve this little mystery?
You mean break the law?
Well, you know, tomato.
Infringe on someone else's privacy?
Yeah.
Oh, a little bit.
So, you called me here to break the law with your friends.
And you get no high mighty.
You know, I'm a lieutenant detective.
Yes, sir, Lieutenant Detective Newley.
I'm trying to go for captain detective.
I'm just saying, you know, not necessarily doing any digging, but that plate ring any bells for you.
And also, this picture looks to be about 10 years old.
That's what I thought.
My dear, we know full well that you have access to these records and that our current climate in our government office aren't necessarily on the up and up. Straight and narrow.
He sits back. So you're saying that you think the police department's corrupt, and then you're hoping that I will give you some illegal information, thus proving your case?
All I know is that when I go and swim with Shaylee tomorrow morning, depends on what types of conversations I can have with her.
Friends with the mayor, huh? Use that pretty fast in this conversation.
I know how to get what I want.
Why don't you give me a convince roll? And what tags are you using for this?
City knowledge and shares government secrets.
That's Shaylee.
What? Shares government secrets?
Yeah, that's your connection with the mayor. Probably not so much with Gall.
Could I use just like a police informant bit?
Yes.
So you would be rolling instead of me?
Or, okay. Cool.
What else?
Let's see.
The tags I have I have underworld knowledge. I don't know if any of these bikers would be the kind of people that would be nefarious hooligans.
You can roll that. Not for Gaul, though. You can roll that for the photograph itself.
Would this be like gang intel at all?
No.
I'm gonna ask you a clarifying question about shares government secrets later.
Okay. What card is it? What theme book is it under?
Defining relationships.
And what's it called?
Friends in high places.
Isn't that about your relationship with Shaylee?
It says shares government secrets, so I would wonder that like we would be sharing information with each other.
Yeah.
And so I would know that the police officers or lieutenant detectives are like she has shared with me that she's been frustrated with how information has been shared, and who I can and cannot trust.
I gotcha.
Any that we're missing?
No, I wasn't looking. Just one?
I think so.
The only well, again, I don't know the helping others. The tag that it would be useful here is what's your motivation?
All right, let's talk about helping others. There's a theme book that you guys haven't filled out yet, and that is the group,
The crew.
team, crew.
Yeah.
We'll do crew real quick before we leave. Let's pilfer from it. So I think if I remember all this correctly, the group of you can use one tag once per game session
yeah.
from the crew.
Yeah.
Okay.
What tag would that be? So you guys will get 2 or 3 tags and a weakness for your crew. We figured out a little bit about what you guys are about, how you know each other. What's a tag that you think you guys would have that you could pull right now? It would be something like, I mean, it could be shared knowledge, or we have a hideout, or some bit of information that you guys have, right? So this is sort of a wild card one that you get to make up that you think would be helpful here.
Would like something like quid pro quo be helpful here? Like he knows that we're reliable if he gives us something.
Yes, absolutely.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah. But I was thinking there's like government connections here, but that doesn't include you.
Yeah, you guys can do a little bit of work. Maybe this is the
Maybe
first
like-
hint that you guys use your powers every once in a
Got a
while.
good face. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is like are connected. Right?
Yeah, like you've done some things for Gaul, which is why he's willing to talk to you at all. So yeah, all right, quid pro quo. We'll put that in the crew theme. Roll +2, but I'm going to use your fail later. Roll +2.
Got it.
Yeah.
5.
Oh, sweet lord, 2 fails.
He's not buying us at all.
Oh boy.
Your mythos come out hard.
Okay. He gets on the phone, calls on the partial plate. Lieutenant Detective Gaul Noonley, badge number whatever with his ID, code.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I was looking at the top. I got 11. I didn't fail. Sorry.
I was looking at that and
You're
didn't want to say
like,
anything.
what? No, I was looking at the top.
Oh,
My bad.
Wow.
So
that's
sorry.
much better because
Yes.
that was about to be quite horrible.
Oh yeah, that's much better.
Sorry.
That's not bad. Oh no, not bad.
Sweet. Alex,
Yes.
what's a successful convince do?
Let's see. On its 10 plus,
Shoot.
we can change the person's agenda to include ours.
Nice. All right. Yeah. You convince him. He calls it in. Waits for a little while, drinks more. Then just sort of shoots the shit with you guys. I don't know how comfortable you are with Gaul. You guys are not close. You're close with Gaul, but, you know, he'll chat with you about general things for a little while until his phone beeps and he calls back in. Hangs up. Writes a name on a piece of paper. You do not get this from me.
Of course not.
Slides it over. Says to the bartender, "Can I get one of these to go?" And then, of course, the bartender brings him one over. A little to-go cup. Brings 5 over, but only one in a to-go cup. All in to-go cups. Everyone gets 2. I don't know what. Yep. Everyone gets 2.
It's French.
One in a to-go cup and one to drink here.
You can read my mind.
Yes, that's perfect. Nicely done.
It's very good.
You stodgy old man. You know you could get this at home.
Yeah, but it's more fun here, huh?
Hmm.
This is young people.
Playing
Tess
with a meal.
Lauper
Tess.
with an address in Victor Square, which is a really nice area. It's not 1% nice, but it might be where you live. You might live in Victor Square. That's where you're either on the way up or on the way down if you're in Victor Square. The buildings are high, but they're not as high as downtown where the 1% live, and they're big lofts and they're,
Yeah,
penthouses.
this address is near me.
Yeah. So yeah, you get the address, you get the name.
Thanks for that. You call me, yeah?
Yeah. Well, happy hunting.
And you.
Thank you, Detective. Lieutenant Detective.
Yeah, people get it backwards a lot.
Raises his glass to toast him.
He takes a sippy cup, a little drink, then strolls out just like he strolled in, real smooth. People in the bar all turn to look at him.
You should keep your drink cold
I
and
know
dry.
all the city ordinances, but I think that might be illegal.
That's what you noticed with him walking out.
Well, I've seen his ass in the shower. He's takes good care of himself.
Yeah.
I take it then that Waterloo's not in a social district. Make a note of that. I like it.
Not in the social district.
Yeah, social district. That's where you can take booze and just walk around with it. That's some illegal shit he's doing.
Is that
But it's a sippy cup.
It's in downtown Durham,
Mhm.
in Social District.
Social district.
since when?
Oh,
Year and a half now?
Yeah, it's a year and a half.
Last spring.
Yes, it was
Outrageous! I vote stand for it.
not in my town.
Not my town. Sweet.
New Orleans.
All right, you guys got 2 clues. You know about Luther Renner, and you know that this
Tess
car
Luther.
belonged to Tess Lauper.
Opera.
Where's the first name? Luther Renner.
Well, I'm going to check out Tess at Victor Square. Imagine you two leading the charge. That'd be all fancy, like.
She's more or less a neighbor, so no trouble.
Go ask her, come sure.
Something
I have found that this face can get me into many places.
sounds a little suggestive, but
Oh, you picked up on that.
I mean, I'm
Good star for you.
65, not dead.
So you 2 are going to Tess Lauper. Does that mean you 2 are going to go try to find Luther Renner?
Oh, we can go to a fancy place. We can buy it.
Just don't take any egg salad sandwiches with you.
Rich people love egg salad sandwiches, bro.
Calling card.
Strong advice.
We'll make sure that he's well fed before we head over.
What do you think? You want to check out Luther?
I could definitely call in some favors. Maybe get an address.
There could be several.
He's got a hospital record.
Is City waiting again?
Well, I mean, we know approximately how old he is.
Oh, that's rough.
You check to see if he has a hospital record.
Mhm.
5. He does have a hospital record. There's a Luther Renner in the hospital right now in a coma.
Dun dun dun.
Let's start with hospital people.
Well, they're
Just
very
for Claire?
sick usually.
Mm-hmm.
Not doing well.
For Flair, Stevie goes and does her second workout for the day because she's really keyed up about the fact that she's in a photo and there's more evidence. So,
It's like 10 o'clock at night, but that's cool, yeah.
yep.
I mean,
I know.
you're old. What are you doing at night?
You have this perception of old.
This is gonna be a thing, isn't
It
it?
is going to be a thing. Yeah. My wrinkly, flappy skin is flapping as I run on a treadmill.
Or whatever.
I wheel myself over to the table.
Trying to exercise through your ulcer.
My hernia.
Yeah.
My lumbago.
Jesus. Where does Diego live?
Right under our fancy map. Is that under one of our little?
Wow.
We don't get
She's
to
here.
that.
Sure, I can show you the map.
Get out the map. Get out the map.
Man,
Anywhere down. Come on now.
downtown, 1%ers and high-end people. It's super clean. Every sort of apocalyptic show, movie you've ever seen, that one nice area, that's downtown. Also, sort of metagame, though I don't think anyone from the city has ever realized it. It rains 80% of the time everywhere in Darkholm. It rarely rains in downtown at all, which is just a fun thing for everyone to see, but no one really notices that.
I do.
You do not.
Okay.
Victor Square is up and coming for people who are falling, so it might not be 1%.
Meeting in the middle, huh?
This meeting in the middle. Top 10% of people probably live in Victor Square. Top 10% and wannabes who are over leveraged to their eyeballs, who are trying to make a name for themselves. Riverside is probably very close to that, but those Riverside is old money. A lot of residences, but there's also a lot of entertainment and things in Riverside. Basilisk Heights is dead straight middle class. The Atrium is working class folks, so it's lower middle class probably for the city. It's still mostly condos and things, not a whole lot of houses in any of the places we've talked about so far. Marcel Park, lower middle class housing, people with their own freestanding place, generally speaking. Old Town is varies. So there's upper middle class and lower middle class in Old Town, but there's also a few neighborhoods that are very specifically various ethnicities. So that's where Chinatown is, and there's probably Russia Town or something. I don't know. Anything we want to create. Bubinich Industrial Park. It's warehouses and shit. Nobody lives there, and anyone that does live there, it's horrific. It's a terrible, slummy area. But for the most part, that's just where work happens. Most of the docks are there. And then there's a few places that we haven't named yet that are on the northwest side of the river. I made a big map, but I figured there's other places that we might find interesting or create.
What's the high-end area where I live? Where that's
You live in Victor Square.
I imagine I live there as well, don't I?
It depends on how much money you had before you disappeared. One of the things she made a note of is that that 5-year gap. When you came back, Helen Mirror had taken over a lot of your work, and that you've had trouble working. So it means that you've been an actress, for the most part, out of work for the last 8 years. So are you still wealthy enough to live in Victor Square? It's up to you. I don't care.
I would think I did. I want to be the smart person with, like, having invested my money rather than just been, like, young and 25 and spending all of it.
Yep.
So I was thinking Victor Square.
Sure, that works.
All
And
right,
you
it's
said
rent controlled.
Yeah.
Victor Square is not rent controlled.
Okay.
I heard it.
I don't think she's grandmothered in.
She's really old.
It's true.
Like really old.
Yeah.
You said Marcel was next.
It's mostly housing.
I think I probably live. Are these big yellows? Are we thinking of those as freeways and those
Yeah, big
blue,
highways and streets. Or
the
whatnot.
blue ones are like subway or metro? Or we have a subway?
You have a subway. The blue things are stops, metro stops. The blue is the river
Yes.
and a canal.
The blue things that look like metro stops.
I gotcha. Yeah, metro.
So I think I live right in between those two interstates there, between Basilisk Heights and Marcel Park, only because it's easy to get around on public transit and I don't have a car.
Cool. I imagine that is a very shitty area to live between two highways.
It's terrible.
Right.
It's a lot of train noise.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Perfect.
And because this is the part where the train actually comes above ground.
Flickety clap.
In Caliban, you said you're in Victor?
Yes.
I believe Eska said Basilisk Heights, but I don't remember. Oh no, the atrium.
I imagine Aska knocks on Diego's door at like 6:15 in the morning, like 2 cups of garbage coffee in hand.
From the Starstrucks.
Oi! You waking there?
I am. Not fully dressed. Give me a sec. Make yourself comfortable. There's a really nice stoop to sit on.
Yeah, really nice, man.
It's real nice and it's very loud. You can hear traffic already starting going both ways. This traffic is probably a half mile that way and a quarter mile that way. Just highway, just moving.
It's like an old brownstone, and I'm in the basement apartment.
Yep.
I sit sort of sprawled out, kind of gangly legs out, looking awful, like half shaven, dark shadows under my eyes, clearly just got off a night shift. And whip out a cigarette and just start smoking while I'm waiting for Diego to get all gussied up.
You already smell weed. You're not sure where it's from. It is, interestingly enough, not raining right now, but it is real misty.
Blow out like a couple of rings of smoke. Look at my watch, start tapping my shoe impatiently.
Diego, how late are you?
Well, I mean, did we say where it's? I didn't. I thought it was like
I don't know,
6:30. If I tell you, I'm like scrambling out, still stuck in my shirt and my pants. Look, maybe you're one of these early people, or maybe you're one of these I never went to bed people.
Which one do you think it is, mate? He hands him the coffee.
Oh Jesus! What?
It's got this big starstruck merman.
It's a red eye. It's a bunch of espresso in black coffee.
Okay.
Right the fuck up.
Well, I usually have a little mocha or vanilla or something in there. All right, that's cool. Thanks for the red eye. I always love.
Oh, if you can
red eye
unplug the other
itself.
thing that's in there, it's just a light, it looks like. Or swap on or whatever you need to do.
Scrambling out, tucking in my shirt.
What are you wearing?
All blue jeans and button-up shirt. The tie is still untied, but is wrapped around, waiting to be tied. And black leather jacket.
Eska.
Mm-hmm.
What are you wearing?
Classic EMT outfit, navy trousers, navy blue button-up shirt, jacket tied around my waist.
What's your rod?
A very, very beat-up 2-door convertible. Looks like it's held together with zip ties.
Nice. The wheels are still on when you get there. You weren't sure for a hot minute, even though you were looking right at it. 100%. Every once in a while, you'd see someone walking through, and they would look at it, and they would look at you. And you're like, oh, it was all good. Then you guys hop in your ride and make your way to Sullivan Hospital.
Sullivan.
Sullivan Hospital, massive. It's a huge hospital. It's Durham's equivalent of Duke, probably. Sprawling. It's on its own block, 2 blocks, I believe. You have access to minor records, but nothing big, so you're still going to have to go in and actually get some information from someone. You park, head in. There's probably parking for employees. Take advantage instead of having to not. I think it makes sense that you'll just head to an information desk. So I think talking to probably one of the big nursing stations. Let's call her Lynn.
Eska drives fucking terribly. I imagine there are several points where Diego is trying to like pump the brake from the passenger side.
You can see him tense up.
Even the fact that he doesn't drive, so that's really significant.
But yeah, we get in the hospital, swipe my ID, and make my way over to Lynn nursing station. We're familiar. And I kind of lean over amicably and say, "How you doing? How's the morning?"
It's awful early for you to be in, isn't it?
Yes, thought I'd swing by this way after shift was over. So, got an inquiry about one of our sleepy fellows in this hospital. I was wondering if you could help me out a little bit.
Diego, are you with him?
Yeah.
She sort of looks over your shoulder. Who's this? Is this a family member?
Yeah, this here is
I'm Diego Blackwell. I'm with Child Protective Services. We're interested in we have a party of interest, a child that's like been misplaced, and we're trying to track down next of kin. This is a little bit of a long shot lead, but we're hoping to find out whatever information we have on. Let me see, what's this clown's name? He's been in here forever, so not expecting to talk to him, but Luther Renner. That name will ring a bell?
Great, and I'm assuming you have permission to get information from one of our patients?
Oh, sure. Here's my badge.
No. Eska, please. You know our policy. There's a lot of privacy issues here, so.
oh yeah, we got the release of information right here. Signed.
Let's have a roll for that, shall we? All right, roll. First roll of the day.
And this is convince.
Yeah, let's see. Well, it might be convinced. Every one of you gets once per game a let's call it flashback. And that flashback can be used in your change the game. So if one of you wants to change the game and figure out if you could have actually gotten a release for this information, we can do that. Or if you're just faking it, then we can try that too.
It's like a mulligan.
Sort of. It's in the rules of the game, so not really a mulligan. It's just playing the thing.
So we each get one?
Yeah, everyone gets one every game.
Sure. I'll be happy to take that. I imagine he's pretty familiar with the requisite documentation, HIPAA compliance, all that business for the hospital.
Excellent. Give me a change the game. Tell me what it is that you're trying to, or what tags you're going to use for this. I'll look at your character and see if there's anything that I can think of that might work as well.
Let's see. Intention is to create a forgery.
Are you looking for a forged one, or are you trying to get a real one?
Forged one.
Okay. Let's see.
ROI for this individual, signed by the next of kin. I imagine this is a pretty routine bit of hospital documentation. So he could download it and it would just be a forged signature.
All right, roll straight, change the game. See what happens.
Smile.
8.
All right. With an 8, even though you use no tags, you get a minimum of 1 power.
So what that does is let you create a story tag. You can burn a power tag or a story tag if there's one that you weren't particularly crazy about, but there's not. You could give or reduce a status. So giving a status would be, in essence, creating Forge Document 1,
Sure.
right?
Sure.
Keeping it as simple as that. All right. Then, what tags are you using for this convinced? Obviously, Forge Document. Let me see if I got any warnings for you. However,
So does that constitute a plus?
yep, +1. You have a -2 in this
Oh, do I?
because Lynn is starting with the tag Secure 2.
Could I deploy bedside manner for this?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. So I've got +2, -2.
Yep.
7.
All right. Given a little, but so people who are following along at home, when you use your abilities to talk, threaten, or seduce someone into doing something, roll +power. On a hit, choose a relevant status with tier equals power. Your target can choose either to take the status or, on 7 to 9, given a little, but protect their own agenda, which is where we are. I would say that because you're an EMT, this is someone you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think even with a soft move, I think she's willing to cut you a little slack. So she looks at this document that you've created. It's very standard, just as always.
Yeah.
You've had to give a few of them in your time, and she just kind of glances at it, barely, hands it right back to you. Do you already know where you're going? Probably not. Okay. Wait, and she starts typing in a thing. She tells you, person you're looking for, Luther Renner. The department, and the department is... Oh, it's really difficult. Long-term care facility, which is sort of attached to the hospital down in the basement. It's not super fast or easy to get to, but that's where long-term patients are. Most of them are asleep. So she gives you directions to there. It's probably not a place that you've had to go very often, if ever. But deep in the bowels of the hospital, gives Diego a visitor's badge, and you guys can head on down. Any stops between here and there? Sweet. When you get to Luther's room, he is the only person in there. It is as dismal as you think. Sort of dark. There's no decorations, no flowers, no posters or anything. There's that constant beep that is going and the whir of machines. You actually show your badges to people at the nursing station who let you through. As soon as you get in, you can see that things are shitty at best. So Luther Renner, barely recognizable as the person in the photo that you saw, except one side of his head is caved in, almost to one eye. You can see that he has a lot of electronics and things attached to his shoulder and neck, which is not normal, unless someone's arms are missing. And in this case, both his arms are missing. One below the shoulder, one below the elbow, just below the elbow. It doesn't take much to see that also one of his legs is gone, probably about mid-thigh down. And he is just in there, breathing, not on his own. What do you two do?
Strong Paralympic game.
That's class.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that got a
can't
little
work.
bit of gather to me, yeah.
Makes me nervous.
Let me see if I can find in his record what happened.
Can we close? What is the busyness of on the hallway? Likelihood of nurses coming and going.
Nurses are coming and going, but it's not super busy. Yeah, I mean, he's in a room to himself. There's machines all over the place. I mean, there's cameras down here, but they're not like, big super security. They're just security cameras, but you seriously doubt anyone's just like peeping at Luther Renner.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you could probably get away with closing the door for a little while, but probably not super long before raising some sort of alarm. You notice all the doors in here are open.
Yeah, which makes sense. Anything else notable and kind of looking at like tattoos or anything else that we could see on him?
No, nothing big. Give me an
Physically.
investigate.
Anything else missing?
Yeah, about 10 years of his life.
Check it out.
Jesus.
Are we allowed to help with this?
You can help meta, but there's nothing you can do from where you are. You guys are on your way to the rich part of town. Assuming that you're leaving this early, you both might be still in bed or, I don't
Heck
know, walking around the mall, whatever.
I've already swung my laps with the mirror.
Not today, it's Saturday. That's right, I know what day it is. I'm assuming your laps are Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That would make the most sense, right?
I still swim laps on Saturday.
Wow. You die hard.
Dedicated.
No, it is dedicated. Nice. That doesn't hurt your osteoporosis or...
Swimming in the water makes it more comfortable.
Nice.
Because gravity's not pulling down on my
Yeah,
bones.
it's great exercise.
Yeah,
for
that's really good.
osteoporosis.
Nice. I
Yeah.
love that.
Not that you swim, but
I could swim if I wanted to and had training and didn't sink and wasn't afraid of water.
I rolled a 10. It's hard for me to speak up over all of these people.
Sweet. How many tags did you use?
Deef. I didn't really. Well, I mean,
You're saying you're a terrible investigator, but you rolled a 10 anyway. That's cool. Cool.
no. I have something else that I want to do also, but the first is just like physically checking him out for whatever.
Mhm.
What other? I mean, besides the obvious, there's been a fair amount of blunt force trauma.
Sweet. With investigate 10 with the no tags, you got one clue. One question you got related to the physical.
I guess I want to try to. What I really want to know is like what likely caused all of these injuries. Whether this was an accident, whether these have like were amputations of some other. Were these like medical amputations, or I mean like the nature of why he has been so.
Yeah, you start looking at the body. And as you're checking things out, it's hard to tell whether this was an accident, a mauling. What's your medical background in general?
It's
Watch a lot of TV shows.
I mean, not super strong, but I know how to read a medical report. I mean, I have to do that all the time. So I'm not unfamiliar with medical jargon that might be.
Wait, are you looking for medical report information, or are you still just looking at him?
I'm
different things.
Yeah, I'm examining him.
Okay, so you can't tell if it's an accident or a mauling, but none of these are medical for sure. They are, whatever happened to his head is quite horrific. The limbs, there are scars, healed scars, but quite terrible scars. One of the things you probably do note, though, is that these don't look like, this doesn't look necessarily like a mauling. They aren't tooth marks. Not that you've seen a bunch of them, but, as horrific as this might be, it does not seem like torn flesh, stuff like that. This is, but it also doesn't look neat. This wasn't
So they didn't medically remove the.
No. And though there are some places, some parts that look like they might have been amputated, they look like they might have been amputated just to clean out some dead necrotic flesh. So, no, this is not meat. This is not something the doctors decided were like, oh no, he got a poison. Let's take his limbs off. No. Something took his limbs before he got here, probably.
Jeez.
Okay. So then the other thing I want to do is take out my axe and kind of
Get some more meat.
put just take off a little piece from his right arm, the one that's just at the no. I'm gonna put it on his chest and put my hand over it, and I'm just trying to get a reading off of this. This is like a new thing for me, the psychometry aspect. I just want to like get whatever reading I can off of him as a person, like that. So the tag specifically is I smell evil, and so it's kind of like a spidey sense that comes in when someone either has had or continues to have nefarious intent, like someone who's I can basically like sense people's alignment.
Got it.
And I'm trying to get a reading on what this guy was 8 years ago.
Well, let's have you roll an investigate. I think 8 years ago, even for you, he hasn't had intent of any sort for almost 10 years. So there's not anything to currently read. Really, you're trying to see if he was... The only way anything would come up for you is if he were Mother Teresa or Jack the Ripper at this point. Like, if he was a petty embezzler, there's nothing to read at this point, just because it's been so long. He hasn't had any of his own thoughts for very long. But roll it at a -2 anyway. And then whatever else you got that might help with that. Also, while he's looking, just a reminder to everyone, the only way you level up, weaknesses.
Yeah.
Don't forget to use them. You have successful rolls for the next 8 days, or in the 8 times we play. Character will be exactly the same.
I think in this case I would probably actually invoke the weakness tag of my axe also. It's
What's
like,
weakness tag?
can I check your axe, sir? I mean, it's like I'm pulling an axe out in the middle of a hospital, and so I feel very even with closing the door, I'm very paranoid about doing this in front of Eska, and also like kind of rushing what should Shango is like very associated with justice, right? So
Right.
it's less about like whether you have done something bad. It's like, are you a good person? Right? That's what you get a reading on, like whether or not. So, but the subtlety of trying to like read and absorb that, I'm in a rush about because I feel nervous. This is certainly the first time I've tried this with someone else watching.
Sweet.
And I'm in a hospital.
-3.
So the +1 and then -3, or
No +1. When you invoke a weakness, you're only invoking the weakness, and then whatever status things there are. So, if someone had changed the game, for example, and put a positive status, you would be able to use that. But if you're going to use a weakness tag, for anyone watching, this is a optional rule. So when you invoke a weakness tag,
and you
don't invoke any of your other positive tags. That just keeps people from front loading and then having +7 and then throwing in a weakness.
So they can level
on
up,
there.
and it doesn't actually change anything.
Yeah, exactly. So these failings, we want them to be. If we're seeing your weakness, the audience wants to see it.
I see. Okay, well I already rolled a 5.
Oh, sweet. So 2?
So that was
Nice.
right at a 2.
All right, lowest roll of the game so far. There should be a prize for that. So
Hey,
obviously I'm going to make a hard move.
Oh my axe, watch this. Okay, well.
All right, here's the hard move. You pull out your axe. Eska, you see the axe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you do anything. You've seen him pull out the axe before. You guys know each other.
Just watch
You probably know what
Yeah.
happens.
He's kind of leaning on the inside of the door, watching, but also watching Diego.
Yeah. I think when you pull the axe out and lay on the chest and you're starting to get this read, Aska, you're also like, it's just entrancing. One, the axe is beautiful, is it not?
Yes.
Describe it again. I know it's made of one sort of thing, but like, what does it sheen? Does it glow when you use it? Like, what does the audience see when you take this axe out, sort of lay it on?
Well, I think whenever I try to invoke it, like so I see it as like sort of something like black onyx or black marble, right? Where there's little veins of silver that kind of run through it, and when it's being activated, that those are more apparent, like almost illuminated.
While those things are illuminated, Eska, something in you is sort of activated too. There's a voice, the voice, right? That just sort of awakens a little bit. There's sort of a low growl, not an angry growl, just this thing in you, which may or may not actually escape. It's up to you. But you're sort of leaning in and watching this. You feel yourself step forward a little bit. When the door opens, a nurse just sort of, and then sees the axe out on a dude and immediately starts to run away. Security! She starts yelling. What do you guys do?
Shit.
Jinx.
Give me a rum and coke.
What do you think? Let's fucking go, yeah?
So I can get good reading. That's what you're saying.
Oh no, you did not get a reading. As you're starting to you're feeling like you have to delve really, really deep to figure anything, right? Like anything this person was is so long gone. And you might not even, depending on how you interact with the axe, might not even know this is happening. That 100% depends on you. I don't know if you're like concentrating, diving deep in. 100% your call what it looks like, but you probably do hear the person yell security and take off running. That part probably cuts through whatever you happen to be doing. And your thing, Eska, goes quiet almost immediately. Just the door opening, you're almost pulled back. The yell of security and the mid-growl that's in your head cuts off almost immediately.
He snaps to, whips out his phone. He's like, we can take a few pictures and we gotta fucking go.
Yeah, what? Yes.
Eska snaps a couple of very, HIPAA non-compliant pictures of this guy's wounds. Grabs Diego under the arm and then beelines it out the room, looking for kind of back channels out of the hospital, which she might be familiar with.
Nice. Add 1 attention, Diego, to your acts of Django. And then you guys take off running from this place. Fortunately, it is not a place that is super busy. You can see the nurse who was running not only is called for security, that's exactly what the voice sounds like, but is also now talking to someone at the desk, and they're all looking phone up. I need you to, let's have you face danger, both of you, and this is a big general roll again. How are you getting out of the hospital unscathed at all, right? So any tags you might have that will help you Jason Bourne your way out of here, now's the time to use them. And the What will matter is I am going to try to give you both a tag. So for face danger, when you use your abilities to avoid an incoming hit, endure harm, resist a malign influence, or hold it together, the MC, or player, will name a status with its tag and tier, roll power. On a 10 plus, you fend it off. On a 7 and 9, you take the status minus 1 tier. On a miss, you take the full status. So I think what I am trying to give you is caught 3 is the thing you're trying to defend against.
That's the status.
That's the status.
Caught 3? Okay,
Yes.
hear me out. What if we put you on a gurney and pretend that I'm taking you down to the emergency room? And then we have Eowyn pick us up in the van for transfer.
I feel like I'm dead already, so that sounds good.
Sweet. Tell me what tags those are.
Bedside manner for wheeling him out, talking to people about it.
No, I feel like that's for longer conversations, not "Hey Bob," and then trying to roll the hell out of there. Unless you plan on blending in by not leaving very fast.
Potentially. That's the only tag I've got to help. Do you have any?
You could use Eowyn. What's it called? Partner.
Sure.
For sure.
How to tag use the system.
Could work.
Well, you guys are both rolling for your own pieces here. You guys aren't really well equipped to escape hospitals from security.
As it turns out.
It turns out.
Stealth.
Well, I
Turns out
am,
running is
but it would
harder.
mostly be through the wall.
Yeah, right.
So that would be fine. That's maybe a little more attention than I wanted to draw. I did consider it.
Well, it's up to you. I don't care how you do it. You just tell me what you're doing, and then I'm going to make you roll for it. And then if it fails, I'm going to fuck you real hard.
We're gonna get arrested.
Just like blow a hole in the wall and run out. That feels like a little rash.
Stop.
Thinking Eowyn picks us up, or
All right, it looks like you're at +1.
and -3.
You're not at -3. You're at... Sorry about that. Nope, you're even. That secure was only for dealing with wind.
Okay. Alright, and this is face danger.
Yep.
So can I use the system? I have to face danger also, right?
You also have to face danger. How are you invoking the system to escape? Esco, you can go ahead and roll.
I got 10.
Hold blue to try to alert everybody so they don't pay attention to him.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. Just pulls up the page and be like, code blue room A5.
Yeah, and everybody goes running past them.
9. I said I'm invoking that one, and then mild success. That's fine. I have to take the status, but with a minus.
So instead of giving you caught 3, I'm going to give you identified 2.
Can you explain?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Like,
So it's just another tag that he can invoke, right? If I try to come back in undercover.
Yes,
Or
absolutely. So I don't get to make rolls. So everything I do is imposing rolls onto you guys, either benefits or burdens. And so in this being identified 2, so anything that you have, in essence, you all have like 6 hit points, give or take. That's the total bastardization of this. But if you get anything at a level of 6, just wrap her up, right? So if you guys got caught 3, it means like security is there and they're like trying to handcuff you. You can still do stuff. But if I ever gave you like captured 6, don't talk to me about what to do about it. Just give me your shit. We'll cut your character off like they're in prison, like as of now. Right?
so the 3 is an arbitrary thing that you decide to sort of give the level of
Yes.
You're not like overcoming a 3 in any sort of numerical sense.
Probably not,
right.
unless, so for example, if we had given you caught 3,
Yeah.
or identified 2, right? So if you got caught 3 and you said, oh my God, we're going to try to fight our way out of this, you have to fight your way out of it with the minus of 3, because I'm going to say you're surrounded by security, right? So there are these statuses that are just getting...
So did those
put
2
in
rolls
order.
get -3 put on them, or was that including the -3?
They didn't get -3 because they didn't have anything yet. So I'm trying to give them a -3, and they're defending against that. If they failed, now they have caught 3.
I see.
Right now,
I see,
one
I see,
success.
I see.
So Eska was able to avoid the caught
Defeating
3.
that status.
Diego did not. So Diego, but caught 2, it doesn't really make sense here. So I think because it's a little less, identified 2 is the issue. So Diego being identified just means
I see.
that, particularly because he works for the state, it probably means that at some point,
Someone's gonna
Someone
say,
looked
like, what were
through
you
and was
doing
like,
at the
"Oh my God."
hospital?
Yeah, yeah.
do facial recognition or whatever.
I gave my badge. I mean, like they
Yeah.
they visitor's tag.
Is that going to be used?
Right.
Hardly know. But if there's anything where it seems like it'll be good and there's a
Right.
failed roll or
Right.
a soft move that I have to
Right.
make, I'm making a note of that.
I
Are
see.
these your tags that you come up with, or is it in the game?
These all belong to Daddy.
Right. So in that way, it's like fake core, and that you're just
Yes.
making up whatever to
Yep.
invoke
Exactly.
as needed.
And I think you probably know this, right? You're like, great, there's probably some point where you're getting wheeled out that you're trying to be like really still. I think Eska's literally like running for the door, like, bodies don't usually leave the hospital, like, we have to move you from this, right? Like, there's no transfer orders, like, at some point you have to get out of this bed and walk out of that fucking door without everyone stopping you, like, what the hell's happening? And as soon as you pull that sheet back and get ready to make a run, you literally look up and see the camera. And you're like, God damn it, right? And then make your way out. Eowyn pulls up, very excited. What's this all about? She opens the door. We're making a getaway?
I imagine you're behind me. He kind of bolsters Diego up into the passenger seat and then kind of climbs behind it, so he's riding a little bit behind the 2 main seats in the van. Let's just head to the square, yeah? Tell you on the way.
Would you rather rob the hospital or something? And she's so good. She's so
No, but we want to maybe get away from wherever.
Yeah.
Come on.
She just sort of spins out, drives away.
He holds on very fast to the back.
Thanks for joining us on another thrilling journey through the Darkholme Chronicles. We hope you enjoy delving deeper into the mysteries of the City of Mist by Amit Moshe. A huge thank you to all our viewers and listeners for your continued support. Your engagement truly means the world to us. If you're loving the adventures in the Darkholme Chronicles, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel on YouTube at Magic Mice Productions. Your support helps us continue creating exciting content for you. We also want to hear from you, so feel free to leave comments and share your thoughts on the show. Your feedback is invaluable as we strive to make each episode better than the last. Until next time, remember, stay curious, and we look forward to seeing you at the next episode